Hey there. So I've been thinking. So much of what I talk about is all thinking, and I'm really narrowing that down. Um, as I think about what I like to teach on, and what I want to cover, it's almost always about thoughts you think and how they can impact your life, and how, as you're facing a problem, this thought will help over that thought. How you can improve your performance by this thought over that thought, and so everything I do is thinking. And a memory came back to me this past week, and I was talking with my wife. I was on a road trip, not a road trip, actually. It was a flying trip, but it was a trip. And she was telling me she had a nightmare. And I always, when I hear about nightmare, I think about when I was a kid and I was about 5 years old. Now, I don't really remember being 5 years old, but I remember visually where this conversation took place. And it was a conversation that took place with an uncle of mine in a particular location that I would have been at when I was around 5 years old. So give or take a little bit, that's where I would have been. And it was my Uncle George. And I was saying that I had a nightmare and I was afraid of nightmares. And he told me, if you want to go to sleep and not have nightmares, just say 5 times, I'll think good things. And from that point on, whenever I'd wake up with a bad dream, I would say to myself, I'll think good things. Because sometimes a dream will spook you and you can't get back to sleep. And I would say, I'll think good things 5 times. And I would go back to sleep. And sometimes I used it when I was afraid of something. Instead of concentrating on the fear, I would say, I'll think good things, I'll think good things, I'll think good things, I'll think good things, I'll think good things. And I would do it 5 times. And I had forgotten about that. It popped up every now and then, but I never remembered in correlation to my teaching on thinking and talking about thinking. But now I realize I can go back to 5 years old. That's 55 years ago. And that's where it started. So I thought I've just learned about this stuff in the last few years, but I've been aware that I could think good things for 55 years. That's pretty cool to me. How can you use that? Well, very simple. Think good things. Whether it's regard to your health, whether it's regard to your performance, whether there's a fear that you have, begin to think good things. Now, the interesting thing was I thinking good things, or was I thinking about thinking good things? I don't know the answer to that, but saying I'll think good things, yeah, it's a good thing to think about, but it's not thinking good things. I'm telling myself, okay, self, go think good things. You're going to think good things. It's not the good thing yet. It's a good thing, but it's not the good thing yet. So tell yourself you're going to think good things. And guess what you'll probably do? You'll probably think good things. Now, you may not at this moment know what the good thing you need to think about is. But let's start with thinking about good things. So why don't you tell yourself today, I'm going to think good things, and tell yourself that every day for the next couple of weeks and see how that works for you. I hope this helps. Have a great, great, great day.